All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, see how sweet it is what we're attempting to do. It's like, wow, look at us. We're attempting to reach God. You know, that's what we do. It's like prayer. We do prayer. We're still and saying like, I rest in God. I'm not doing anything else but resting in God right now. And that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And it's so close to what Joel will share in the video that we're going to listen to. And that is the practitioner talk. Like, what is it that a practitioner does but resting in God? And so, did you succeed in resting in God? Did you have a good rest in God? Well, you can say that. So, were we successful in reaching God? And that's a yes. Yeah, absolutely. We were able to reach God. God is actually reaching us, and we say are with more than 2 or 3 in His name, meditating, praying. So there's a presence with us, a Christ presence with us in you that, say, opens that for us. So this link to, say, the Master's presence is essential, not only in healing work, but also in realizing that when you come together like we do in this group, when we come together, we're actually inviting Christ's presence in as part of our awareness. That's a real option that we have, because we realize that is so. And so that's the same with practitioner work, if you want. But see, I want to say a little bit about that too, because before you know it, you start to associate a practitioner-ship with a job, with work. While it is of course a service, but it's also just as what you just did. It is that simple and that not work-like at all. It's resting in God. It's coming to your individual experience of communication. So that makes the practitioner-ship a whole different spiel, so to speak, a whole different idea. Like, it's not that you open up and practice to do this or so. It's like, no, this is divinely orchestrated for you in your awakening. And so the ones that come to you will come to you. No matter what, they will come to you. You don't have to promote yourself. You don't have to, in that sense, not do anything in order for that to occur. You meet them everywhere you go. And they, you're only meeting yourself in the end. That's the beautiful thing about this. Like, this is just for you to include everyone in, with ideas of sickness, limitation, all of this. You include everyone in, not making any distinctions, not sorting out like, okay, well, for you, yes, and for this one, no, I'm not going to do that. So it takes away your habit, in fact, your habit to organize and analyze and judge. So this is being in the practitioner practice, so to speak, is a real forgiveness task. That's basically a really good description of it. It is forgiveness that you practice. It is prayer that you do. You hand everything over to Spirit. Like, I don't know what to do with this, but hey, you are with me, and you perform this, you inspire all this, and of course is healing certain then, because it's not up to me, it's not up to you, but your presence in it is essential. Just as if you don't come to the meditation, you're probably going to do something else, which is okay too, but it has nothing to do with having this in your awareness, that you rest in God and allowing some healing to occur to you. And seeing that in the practice of forgiveness, you actually start to love instead of judge. So that goes really far, and everyone has his own, practice of this. You have all your perfect setup for forgiveness, for letting go of what you think was so important, or all this distinction that you make, all this sorting out that you're doing with your mind. So all that disappears, in fact, in the practice of your practitioner-ship. So then it goes, it is an individual process. So it's not like we set up a couple of rules, hey, don't do this, don't do that, and don't do that, and then you should be fine. It's like, no, none of these practicalities will work. So the practitioner, even though it sounds very practical, and treatment sounds like you're doing something, but none of that is so. So that's really good to realize when listening to a practitioner talk of Joel. So and that's opening something new up when you start to listen to it now. Because none of these ideas that you could hold about practitioner-ship or treatment or patient-healer relationship are what you think about it. So the beauty of it is then the inclusion part, seeing that it's just about you, in fact, and that the only task that you have is to include it in. And to hand it over to Spirit, to ask for, okay, here it is. And come back into your resting place, where you rest and be at peace for a moment. And that's a beautiful occurrence, and that's why the practice of it is really, beautiful and subtle. Because it is like the ultimate service that you can give to your brother, in fact. Like it's loving your brother as yourself, or the ones that are coming to you, loving them as yourself because they are yourself. That makes it a lot easier. So any way to organize this is not necessary. See, that's the great thing. And how does that work then, that you don't have to have rules, or that you don't have to set up a set of conditions, in fact, for it to be successful? Well, see, the thing that we easily forget in the whole practice of this is the idea of presence, of right here, right now, of this moment, of now. So it's like everything that you need to know will be given now when you need it. Everything, it's like whether to provide the moment of healing or not. Like it can be that that's not necessary. It's not that everyone that comes to you asks for healing and you have to give it. That's not it either. So there's a beautiful, working together with the Master Jesus, so to speak. So it's like you ask, what am I supposed to do this? Before you start. And you get an answer. And everything that you need to know or need to share or need to do or anything like that will be given in the moment. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to read your checklist, like, did I check everything? Did I do that right? And it's like none of that. No, you're under guidance. Under guidance, just like your whole transformational process is under guidance. It is doing something for you. It is the undoing for you. And that makes it easy for you if you listen to it. And if you're not listening to it, you find that things are hard and difficult and you don't know and you're confused and this happens and that happens. But it's always the same story then. Return back to this stillness that we were just practicing. It's like, I rest in thee. I am our Father, our one. I'm right here. This is the only moment that is really occurring. This is where I can be present. Whatever is over is gone. The future is not here. And we don't have to bring anything from the past into this moment in order for it to be complete. No, this moment is complete in itself, and that is in fact what you celebrate with your brother in a healing moment together. Like, let's celebrate perfection. That's what we do. Like, I'm as God created me. Like, God did create me perfectly. So let's get to that. That is true right now. Nothing can take that away. Only in my dreams and nightmares can that be, say, imagined, mesmerized. But it has no reality. I'm resting in God. What can possibly occur? I was created whole and perfect. Like, nothing changed in that. When I realize that, when every cell of my body remembers that, what can possibly go wrong? What can possibly happen? So that's here's our practice. We come back to that all the time, coming into this sweet moment of stillness and relaxation. It's like, no, give up the fight. No, you did well. Everything went all right. You entered, say, you're here right in front of them, the moment that you actually realize all is well. I'm resting in God. God created me perfect. And it has nothing to do with my ideas about myself. But I love to have a direct experience of it and see that my cells start to recognize that and feel that that's going on in me. So here's then the practitioner training, in fact, that we do. We're all in the practitioner training. Following this tape group, you're actually entering into a practitioner training. The same as the tape we listened to. It's a tape, what was it? 362A. It's a practitioner talk in 1960 in New York, but it's actually happening today and nobody ever listened to it. So you're lucky this is the premiere for it, because there's literally, it can be as timeless as you want it to be. So we're going to listen to that in a moment. I will play a song right now, and if you need to take a break, you can just go right ahead and do that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.